Hello, Jay here, welcome to EonsOfBattle, and today we're going to make a dark Eldar themed base. Now the first thing I did was I applied a coat of Durham's water putty to the base to raise up the height of the base a little bit. I then went in with my needle nose pliers that have a wire cutter attachment, and I began cutting myself a few pieces of straight sprue, as I'm going to be making some crystals for the base. I took my hobby knife and carved out a little crystal shape, and then once I had a shape that I was happy with, I then cut it off of the sprue. I wanted the base to look fairly cluttered with these crystals, so I used 5 of them for this 120mm base, applying them to the dried Durahams with some super glue. You're going to want to use plenty of super glue, as the Durham is a little bit porous, and so a small amount of super glue won't hold the crystal properly. I also made sure to not apply the crystals to the middle of the base, as a model has to stand on the base. And then I went in with a little bit of Elmer's wood glue as to apply the flocking material, making sure the entire base is coated properly. I then applied some medium grain and fine grain sand, brushing off the excess sand that may have been glued to the crystals. I then primed the model white and applied an all-over coat of a very, very dark brown that had been watered down so that it falls into all of the crevices. And then once that was dry, I began applying a light dry brushing of a true brown. I then applied a little bit of gray, a very light dry brushing, to bring out some of the rocks towards the middle of the base. I then washed the entire model in Games Workshop's Nuln Oil. I wanted it to be fairly dark looking to accent the crystals better, as they're going to be very bright. And then once that was dry, I applied a very, very dark purple to all the crystals. I wanted the bright colors of the crystals to stand in stark contrast to the darkness of the base. As the base is fairly bland, the nice pretty crystals should stick out nicely. Once the crystals had been painted purple, I then began to accent them with a slightly lighter shade of purple to make it look as a little bit like they were transparent, to give them a bit of a glowing effect. As these are evil dark Eldar crystals, I dry brushed the lighter purple onto the crystals so that they would catch on the jagged edges and give the models a little bit more definition, and there you have it, a dark Eldar base. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.